Cardio is better than weightlifting for weight loss. Is that true? I think in this video I'm going to be going over the myth that cardio is better for weight loss because, well, especially when we're so busy and we have all of our family obligations, throw in some work obligations, throw in some personal obligations, our own personal lives, and we have to make decisions about what are our priorities and therefore what are we going to spend more time on. Are we going to spend more time in the gym lifting weights? Is it going to be with free weights? Is it going to be with machines? Is it going to be or on the treadmill? And so it's a very important question, and I know that a lot of us, when we're looking to start this fitness journey, we're looking for clear-cut answers so that we can understand how we can best help ourselves out. So in this video, it is Coach B. I'm going to be drilling down and busting the myth that cardio is better than weightlifting for fat loss. Now, let's talk about it. So most people say, well, if you were to ask them, right, one of your friends, your girlfriends, your guys, whatever, hey, listen, man, I'm trying to lose 50 pounds by next week. What do I do? And then they'll tell you, well, you should probably go run 50 miles, right? And more seriously speaking, they refer you to go onto some sort of running regimen that involves the elliptical, the treadmill, or what's another good machine? The Stairmaster, and doing that for 30 minutes to an hour every single day. And they say that that should be your priority because it burns a ton of calories. And if you've been viewing this channel, if you've been following around our content here at Haven, then you're gonna know that, well, we are big proponents of the calories in, calories out, the CECO model to fat loss, weight gain, and weight maintenance. And although, yes, calories are the most fundamental factor, calories in versus calories out, when it comes to controlling our weight, we need to be more precise in what our objectives are so that then we can then reverse engineer from there. So what I mean is this, is that are we looking to lose weight, strictly just weight, numbers on the scale, or are we looking to lose body fat, pounds of fat? And at the same time, are we looking to replace, quote unquote, those pounds of body fat with muscle? And if you're looking to strictly just lose a whole ton of weight and you're looking just to see the scale drop, then possibly cardio would be very effective, but at least up until a point, because it's going to help you lose lots of weight given how much calories you burn. But then even after the first 10, 20, 30 pounds, there's going to be two cons to that. Number one, your metabolism, your body is going to become adapted to that, say, cardio regimen. So now your body's going to be a lot less efficient when it comes to burning calories. What do I mean? In a good calorie burning workout, say you're running for up to an hour or so, you could be burning anywhere upwards between 700 to 1,000 calories per session, roughly speaking. Now, that being said, that's you just starting on that hour run in your fitness journey. What about you after losing 20 pounds 6 months later? Not next week, right? That was a joke, but 6 months later, let's say. Then you're no longer going to be burning the 700 to 1,000 calories. Now you're going to be burning more so, we can say 300-400 calories. These are rough numbers that I'm just pulling out of my butt, right? But these are representative of what happens, which is your body becomes more efficient. In other words, your body becomes better at running, so you burn less calories because it's less stressful for you, and you create the muscle ability to better withstand a running stressor. And in other words, it means that cardio no longer becomes efficient after a certain period amount of time, probably your first couple of months of doing that. The other con is that you're going to end up looking all flabby. You're going to end up looking all, your skin's going to be flaccid, it's going to be hanging. You're not going to be looking tight, toned, and trim like you desire. I'm assuming that's what you want since, you're following this channel, you're listening to this. But also having, I just said hi to Paul right there. If you're watching the YouTube video, that's who I wave to almost every day when I see him in the morning and the afternoon. But anyways, if you're following this channel, and also from my assumption, having worked with hundreds of coaching clients over the past, 7 years, is that most of us do not just want to lose weight and say have flaccid skin, but we want to lose fat weight, and we want to say display, if we're guys, if we're men, the chest muscle, the arm muscle, if we're ladies, the arm tone, the glutes, the quadriceps. We want to go ahead and look tight, toned, and sculpted. And that's not going to come from excessive cardio, because what cardio does is it also wastes away at muscle. A good analogy or illustration I'd like to have you consider is, think about the difference between a marathon runner and a football player. And the big difference between both is that marathon runners look like they're starving, right? Gross generalization, right? Please don't, come to our gym and burn me down. I don't want that, right? But for the sake of the gross generalization, yes, they look like they're starving. They look like they've been tortured. They look like they've been made to run for days on end, and they've been put back into a cell and only fed 1 grain of rice or a piece of a peanut. And that's because their training requires them to run so much that it puts their body in a catabolic state, which basically just means that it puts the body in a position where it's going to be inclined to burn fat and muscle weight to provide more energy for the excessive running that we're doing. Now, again, if you're a marathon runner and you like running and you can do certain things to stave off that muscle degradation, you can, with intelligent programming, workout programming, which would involve weightlifting, and hedging against excessive, let's define excessive by 3 hours a day running, right? If you even care about that, right? But if you look at certain football players or certain, say, boxers and combat sports, swimmers, you'll notice they're much more leaner. They look more muscular. They look more sculpted, and they look more built. Why? Because of the demands of the training stimulus, which is more of a high intensity interval training sort of stress on the body. So for example, when you're in football, the plays are a couple of seconds. Boom, you run, and it's quick. Compared to running for 20 miles and then going back to your cell and eating that piece of peanut that the rats gave you. Again, I hope I don't get burned down. I really don't want this to happen. We've been working really hard at this business for a while and in helping our clients, but I also want to help you, because I don't want you to eat the peanut. I want you to go ahead and make sure that you burn off the body fat weight while you gain the muscle weight. So that being said, there are also some good, say, benefits to cardio, which we'll get to in a second, but I'll mention the very last part of the element of the myth that cardio is better than weightlifting. It makes you sweat more, and therefore when you get a workout and you're sweating buckets, you're sweating bullets, then it is obvious that you're burning that much more calories. Well, intuitively perhaps, but scientifically, when we look at the actual data, the sweat response does not indicate a higher, say, it does not indicate that we are burning more calories because we're sweating more. Maybe we're sweating more because we're burning more calories, because we're working out harder. Perhaps that might be it. But you can also sweat pretty profusely with a decent workout, just in the fact that it's 80-degree weather and you're doing it outside. Say you're baling some hay, or you're doing some garden work. You can be sweating your ass off, but you're not necessarily burning off as many calories if you were doing a deadlift complex followed by some hip thrust and so on and so forth. So just to recap this little section right here, a lot of our friends, a lot of our trusted people in our lives who love us very, very much, they'll tell us that if you want to lose 50 pounds by next Thursday at 7:32 p.m., you're going to have to do a whole ton of running because it's going to burn a lot of calories, number one. Number two, they'll even possibly back that up and say, hey, I lost a lot of weight when I did a bunch of running, which is fair because you do tend to lose a lot of weight given how much fat and muscle weight, both of those elements, those tissues that you're losing in the body. And three, they'll back it up by saying, yeah, man, you got to sweat it out. You got to sweat a whole ton of calories so that you can make sure that you're burning a whole ton. And then they might even recommend, as an addendum, they might even recommend, hey, get like those sweat bands, get like those sweat creams, whatever, spend some money on that, which, as we saw, it's just bullshit, right? It's just, it's a nice marketing ploy to say, buy this sweat cream so you can sweat more, and put it underneath, put it on your skin right before you put on the sweat bands so you can sweat buckets, and that way you can continue buying more of our products. And as we make more money and as we laugh all the way to the bank, because we know that scientifically, or maybe we don't know, maybe we just don't care, right? We just want to sell you crap. So yeah, so those are the reasons why the myth is not true. But the most important reason, now we get into the heart of, say, contradicting with opposite, with actual evidence, what exactly is better than, say, cardio. Drum roll, please. weightlifting. Why is weightlifting much more better? Well, very simply because of the EPOC effect. What is the EPOC effect? The excess post-exercise oxygen consumption effect. Thank God I got that right. Sometimes these scientific terms are so, they're long and you forget these things after you study them. But obviously you work on them every single day. But anyways, yes, EPOC. Till the end of this video, you know what I mean when I say EPOC, right? Now, what was I going to say here? With EPOC, it basically just refers to how when you get on the treadmill and you run for an hour, yes, you take a look at your watch, your Apple Watch, you take a look at your Fitbit, you take a look at the dashboard on the machine, and it's gonna say that you burned 732 calories, right? But the moment you get off of it, then that's done. Like, you're no longer burning any calories. On the inverse, if you do a nice workout, CrossFit type workout, HIIT type of workout, something with deadlifts, something with hack squats, something with weight resistance training based working out, then the watch is going to say, oh, you burned just a measly 300 calories. You pathetic little wimp. You try harder next time, right? At least that's the message I sometimes get on my Apple Watch, and it hurts my feelings. But it's okay. I get to talk about it here on video. But does that mean that, oh, hey coach, then if I burn so little calories lifting weights, then shouldn't I just stop and do more cardio? No, because of the EPOC. And what is the EPOC? It just means that although during the workout you burned only 300, 400 calories, your body will continue to burn more calories for up to 3 days or 72 hours post resistance training based exercise, because of all the metabolic changes that are happening beyond because of all the metabolic changes that are occurring from breaking down muscle tissue and rebuilding it back up. And so when you're going to sleep, when you're going about your day, and you feel this level of soreness in your body's essentially working overtime to make sure that we can recover after this heavy bout of weightlifting, so that you don't die next time that you're exposed to the stressor. And as a result, your body goes ahead and, builds muscle tissue and continues burning calories for up to 3 days. Now, let's layer that for up to a week. Let's say we look at a week, and let's say you're working out just as simply as anywhere between from 30 minutes 3 times a week to even, hey, 5 days a week, 1 hour full workouts, right? I mean, both can be full workouts, but you know what I mean, an hour workout. You are layering day after day after day after day of body fat burning, not just intra workout, but post workout. And you are quite literally turning your body into a body fat burning machine. And so that's why you'll notice 2 things. Number one, that the scale might not move as fast as when we're doing cardio, but we look so different. We feel so much more stronger, so much more, leaner, so much more toned. And why is that? Because of the difference between weight loss and fat loss. In weight loss, you're burning fat and muscle. In fat loss, you are burning fat and you are retaining, if not growing through the recomposition effect, muscle weight. And because of that, not only one, does the scale not budge as much, but number 2, as plenty of our clients say, hey, listen, I could give a damn. I could give a fuck. Why? Because I look so good. And that's what matters to me at the end of the day. And then the other added benefit is the fact that when your body has adapted to the running stressor, to cardio, how much more, what do we need to do to apply quote unquote progressive overload to make the body be taxed more so that we can see more weight loss? Well, if we've been running for 30 minutes, we can extend our duration by another 30 minutes. If we've been running for an hour and we only have an hour, we can now start running at a much faster pace. But after a while, it becomes even more inefficient, because now the only way for us to go ahead and see more of a change is either A, add more days, and once we've added 5 days of running, then damn, what can we do? B, extend our running, but once we've got an hour every single day, what can we do? Or 3, run faster, and damn, after you've got a jogging pace, you're gonna be at the 6 mile mark, there's not much more that you can push the body in, say, with running. But with weightlifting, there are a myriad of things that you can do to, say, not to use a bro sciencey term that has, well, it has some merits and it doesn't have some merits, but quote unquote shocking the body. You can still go ahead and have the body adapt to new stresses because of new technique, longer ranges of motion, different exercises. We can change our frequency, the amount of times a week that we work out. We can change our duration of the workouts. We can change the sets, reps, and other exercise variable schemes. We can introduce, say, plyometric work. We can introduce Olympic weightlifting. We can introduce CrossFit working. We can introduce powerlifting and power bodybuilding and bodybuilding. The sky's the limit. The sky is the limit to all the different novel stressors that you can throw at your body in an intelligent fashion. You're not just going to be throwing random shit at yourself every single day, right? In an intelligent fashion, so that your body does not adapt and so that you can continue applying the principle of progressive overload to continue seeing the body fat changes that you want. Also, this is assuming largely that you're also controlling for calories in with your diet and with your nutrition. So obviously don't eat like an asshole if you're working out, right? Be intelligent about your nutrition as well too. So that being said, we understand that, okay, great. Running is not the most efficient or optimal way of losing body fat weight, although it could lead to an initial, say, an initial large effect of weight loss. We do understand that, okay, lifting weights due to the EPOC effect is vast superior in terms of efficiency and effectiveness on the body and the body composition that we desire, which again, if you're watching this channel and listening to my voice, is going to be based on, well, us looking leaner, burning body fat, and us gaining muscle mass and muscle weight. So does that mean that you shouldn't do cardio at all? No, that would be stupid. That would be silly. That is not the case at all. That just means that you need to go ahead and place it intelligently into your program. I would suggest, as a coach who's been in this for a while now, that the best thing that you can do, and this is what we do with our clients, is post weightlifting or even intro weightlifting. You can get again, there's a million different ways that you can do this, but do HIIT, high intensity interval training. Those are shorter bouts of cardio type exercises that also may or may not include weights, but those are the kind of exercises that include, say, an effect on retaining muscle mass versus wasting it while also burning more calories so that you can burn more body fat. That's how it'd be useful. And then 1, 2, 3 times a week, depending on how much you like running, depending on your temperament there, but also the intended effect that you want to have. Then also incorporate some lists, some low intensity steady state cardio that will help shave off an extra couple of calories throughout the week so that you can continue seeing more of the body fat burning effect. So, and beyond that, if you also want to do this besides body composition effects and more so longevity effects and cardiovascular health effects, then yes, absolutely do some running. You can't just lift weights all the time. Yeah, it is for the sake of your health, especially your heart health. Go run, right? There's a lot of us that we love to work out, myself included. You know, I'll admit, I'll confess, I'm guilty of this crime, and I should be thrown in jail for the crime, the felony of being a coach who doesn't like cardio. We got to run, man, because a lot of us, we lift a lot of weights. You know, we might be at the body composition we want, but we go up some stairs and, oh man, you know, sometimes I go up those stairs and, you know, I come back down and I see some clients and I'm like huffing and puffing. I'm like, hey man, you better get your shit together, because why the hell are you so out of breath after just 2 staircases, right? But I just know I got to keep up with my running. That's all, right? It's also great for sexual intimacy. Obviously, you last longer, right? What else? Besides your heart health, cardiovascular exercise, in short, cardio, is wonderful for a series of different reasons, but it should not be the primary tool that we use in order for us to lose body fat weight in general, right? It is a tool, and we need to intelligently place it within our workout programming. In summary, in short, we have gone over why a lot of us, or a lot of our close friends and loved ones, suggest to us that we would be better off doing a bunch of cardio if you want to lose 50 pounds by next Thursday, right before that wedding that we have, that, you know, perhaps maybe we didn't do anything for the past year, right? And now we got to start running 20 miles a day. We understand that sweating more is not what actually burns more calories. We understand that, yes, we can become more efficient at doing cardio, meaning to less weight loss and less calories burned over time. And we understand that weightlifting, although it burns less calories intra-workout across the week or the microcycle in what's the word, personal training terms. It burns more calories, and it also burns more body fat while also helping you build more muscle, which over the long term, because it's so metabolically heavy, quote unquote, and requires more calories to maintain the function and the health of the muscles, we burn more calories just at rest because we're raising our basal metabolic rate, given the fact that we have more muscle mass, tissue, muscle skeletal fibers on our body. And so what do you do with all this information? Stick to weightlifting. You know, do your 3, 4, 5, 2 times a week. Throw in some HIIT at towards the very end. And if you like running especially, and if not, do it. Don't be like me. Do your cardio, right? What else? And yeah, depending on how much you like it. You know, if you're someone who likes to running, I don't want you to hear this video and be like, ah, damn, you know, screw this guy. He's telling me no longer do cardio, or damn, I can't run no more. I love running cardio with my mom on a weekend, and we love taking a walk with my grandma on a Sunday. Hey man, there's more to this fitness than, say, one, optimizing every single variable to the exclusion of the other priorities in life, and number two, than us giving away or sacrificing such important time like with Meemaw because, you know, we're some guy on YouTube says that, hey, you need to go ahead and stop doing so much cardio. No, be intelligent about this, adopt a flexible attitude towards cardio, understand its place in the training hierarchy. If you're just listening to this, but you'll see me on the YouTube right now, that at the very top, weightlifting, middle tier, HIIT, at the very bottom, cardiovascular exercise such as running, jogging, things of that nature. So I hope that helps, and if you are looking for more help on how to actually do all this stuff because you're so busy with all your life's priorities and your mind is already, you know, driving itself nuts with all the things that you need to do, the one last thing you want to do is worry about, hey man, how many reps should I fucking squat for? Then feel free to go ahead and give us a text or give us a call at this number right here. I'm going to put it on the screen. We would love to offer you a free No Sweat Intro Consultation where you come on in. I hope you do excuse my potty mouth. I just get very passionate about these topics. But we're a group of professional coaches based here in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and we are dedicated to transforming your fitness so that we can transform your life. We offer group training, private personal training, nutrition coaching. If you would like to see, hey, coach, what do I need from me? Then great, wonderful. You know, I would love to sit down with you, shake your hand, meet you. Thank you for your time, and see which one of our transformation programs will be best for you. So if not, I hope you get some great content, some great advice from out of this, and I hope you have a lovely, 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 lovely day. Take care of yourself, and God bless. Bye-bye.